confirmed fatalities rose throughout the day as the storm's toll spread across Kerr County, Hill County, and the Concho Valley.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety.
This is Drew, and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Real Talk Today. Usually I like to talk about relationships and how I feel that a lot of it could be fixed or whatnot, but today I want to take a look at what's going on in Texas with these poor people. They're losing everything, and it kind of makes you think, what's really important in life? Is it some of these simple problems that we think that we have, or when Mother Nature steps in, does it make things that we're going through seem pretty trivial? Let's talk about it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. There's people in it. Oh my God, there's so many people in it.
People's homes just watching.
Yeah, it's over.
Can you imagine this being a situation where you live in a situation like this and your home is actually being washed away and there's nothing you can do about it? And we don't even know, what the insurance situation is on a lot of these people. They could be losing everything and have no way of starting over. This is like beyond belief.
Texas was gripped by chaos as a slow-moving storm system unloaded a torrent of rain across the hill country, submerging entire communities. Kerr and Kendall counties were among the hardest hit, with homes, roads, and lives swallowed by water in the dead of night.
Oh my God, oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God. What the? Oh no.
Get out! Get out of your car!
Oh my God.
6:08 a.m. Guadalupe River at Nimitz Dam on Guadalupe Street.
In Hunt and the surrounding hills, more than 10 inches of rain fell within just a few hours, overwhelming already saturated ground. River gauges spiked rapidly, and the Guadalupe River surged past 25 feet in places, reaching its second highest crest in recorded history.
Look at this. No. I mean, come on, people. Can you imagine this being you in a situation like this where your whole home is just washing away and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it? Oh my God, I don't even know how to even go about this. I'm not going to put too much commentation in, but it's something I want to bring to my channel just in case, people not really understanding how dire, it is going on in Texas right now.
Water rushed into neighborhoods without warning, turning highways into rivers and backyards into lakes, catching families off guard. Drivers abandoned vehicles, campers fled in darkness, and 911 calls poured in as the emergency escalated across multiple counties.
1812 Coke Street. Still waiting on water rescue. If anyone has any boats or jet skis to help us get my in-laws and the other elderly on the road out.
Confirmed fatalities rose throughout the day as the storm's toll spread across Kerr County, Hill County, and the Concho Valley. Authorities reported dozens of people unaccounted for, some feared swept away from campsites, cabins, or cars along rapidly rising rivers.
Oh my gosh.
Guadalupe River. This is 173. Not good.
Kerrville's streets vanished beneath floodwater, forcing residents to climb rooftops or trees while awaiting rescue. Makeshift shelters in schools and churches filled with evacuees who had escaped with nothing but the soaked clothes on their backs.
Y'all, look at this. Oh my God. It's crazy. We drove over to this parking lot that has this lookout. There's other people here doing.
Now, guys, can you imagine the state of panic these people are in right now? Water's rushing in, because I don't know if you all had it, but here in Georgia, we got soaked up for about 2 weeks of rain, and I think it ended up moving down to Texas. Luckily, we didn't get the brunt of it, but obviously the ground was already wet in Texas. Then all this rain started falling, and it just washed away. You know, looked like half of Texas looked like it's washing away. I just can't even imagine being in a situation like this. And I think sometimes, you know, we take for granted, you know, that things are good and we're not going through natural disasters and whatnot, and we take life for granted. But sometimes we got to stop and be thankful for what we got.
We are having major floods in Kerrville, Texas. Look at this stuff. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Camp Mystic, a well-known all-girls retreat near Hunt, suffered severe flooding as cabins collapsed and children became separated. Rescue crews waded through debris to find missing campers, while worried parents waited for updates that never came fast enough.
Away from that flash flood.
Like there's no end to the water.
Other camps, including Sierra Vista and Rio Vista, took on major water damage but reported no children present when the storm struck. Camps Waldemar, Mo Ranch, and La Junta reported that all staff and campers were accounted for, though access remained dangerous.
I'm sorry, I can't tell how this truck is even situated. Looked like a brand new Tundra or whatnot. Looked like he probably sitting beside his house and the water just rose up and took it over.
Evacuation orders were issued in Ingram, where entire RV parks were torn apart by the rushing floodwaters. Some families were believed to still be inside their trailers as the river ripped them from their foundations and carried them downstream.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him.
Holy sh**, this is crazy. Me? Wow.
Near Comfort, the Guadalupe River jumped nearly 30 feet in less than an hour, swallowing bridges and neighborhoods alike. Kerrville saw the water rise more than 21 feet within 60 minutes, leaving rescuers overwhelmed by the scale and speed of destruction.
Did you hear that? Said the water rose 21 feet in less than an hour. I mean, to me, that's hard to imagine. But I do think that we, as a country, we need to understand, you know, when natural disasters hit like this, just like when it hit over in California, it's going to affect us too, because our insurance rates and all that stuff finna go up even more than it's been going up before to help cover some of these losses. I hope these people have flood insurance, because, you know, you put houses on low plains or whatnot, a lot of times the insurance don't even want to cover it.
Governor Greg Abbott deployed the National Guard, Coast Guard, and FEMA to assist in what he called a life-saving operation. Helicopters, high water vehicles, and swift water teams swept through submerged zones to search for survivors. Flash flood emergencies were declared across the region as rainfall totals surged beyond 12 inches, straining infrastructure. The National Weather Service warned of a particularly dangerous situation, urging residents to flee flood-prone areas without delay.
Transformers blowing out. I almost lost my truck. Very, very bad.
The flash flood emergency in Kerr County remained in place through the evening, as runoff and more storms threatened new rises. Officials said water levels could fluctuate unpredictably and urged people not to return home even if water briefly receded.
4th of July, they already closed the park. This is Kerrville, Texas.
Shelters were set up in community halls, and supplies were rushed in from neighboring counties, but the scale of need kept growing. Volunteers brought blankets, food, and dry clothes, offering help to people who had lost everything overnight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wanted to bring this to my channel because it's something that kind of hit me close to my heart. I hear a lot of people still talking about relationships and whatnot, and I understand it's important for day-to-day life. But sometimes Mother Nature got a way of just sweeping in and just making all this stuff seem like it just has no importance, just being honest with you. So I would like to send prayers out to these people that have lost everything, because I cannot imagine, going through it like that. I've been through 2 house fires. Don't get me wrong, burnt down, everything, but I had insurance, everything, it was in halfway decent shape when I was covered. A lot of these people, they're probably not gonna be covered, especially when you're talking about a natural disaster. And I don't know if you all realize it or not, but flood insurance is very expensive. And a lot of time, the insurance company don't even, like I said, they don't even want to give it to you, if you're in a low-lying plane or whatnot. So a lot of these people may be on the street. So just find it in your heart to at least send up a prayer or something as far as these people right here, because be honest, this right here, this could happen to anybody. I was just thinking about the storm that we recently went through here. My cable was out for a week. It's a lot of water pooling up, but, luckily I don't live on a floodplain or whatnot. I'm kind of on high elevation. So, I probably wouldn't have went through anything like that. But with trees falling down, lines down, everything, a lot was going on here. And when I saw this story, it just kind of touched me. So I said, let me go ahead and put it on my channel, because I don't know if a lot of people are really realizing what's really going on down in Texas. And if you can find it in your heart or whatnot to, offer some donations, or, old clothes, they probably need cash more than anything else, because they'll probably just start shipping stuff in, by tractor trailer or whatnot. That may be the best thing. And we're not talking about a whole lot, but you gotta understand, as a 2-time house fire survivor, a lot of time, a little bit goes a long way. And with that, I'm gonna wrap it up, and we'll talk at the next one.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy, and silently